Hi friends, my name is Atul and I welcome you into the class of fluid mechanics. Now today we will see about the classification of fluid, how the fluids is classified. So just see here, classification of fluid flows. So first case, steady flow. What is the steady flow? A flow it is defined as steady flow when the fluid properties like velocity, pressure, temperature, density, it will not change with respect to time. Means the properties, when the properties are not changing with respect to time, it is known as steady flow. Okay? If it is not changing with time means its derivative with respect to time will be 0. Clear? So this is the example. Second, unsteady flow. Unsteady flow, it will change with time. If it will change with time, then mathematical expression will be, it will not be equal to 0. That its derivative will not be 0 because it is changing with the time. Correct? Next classification, uniform flow. Now, what is a uniform flow? Where the property will not, or the velocity will not change with respect to space. Velocity will not change with respect to space. In previous case, any property will not change with respect to time. Here, we are talking only about the velocity. Velocity will not change with respect to space. Space means length, direction, okay? So this is the thing. The change in velocity with respect to space, ds. This s is not entropy, it is space. So it is not changing. So its derivative will be 0. Okay. Next, non-uniform. In non-uniform, it will change with time. If it will change with time, then its derivative will not be equal to 0. This was about uniform and non-uniform case. So we have seen the four cases till now. Okay. Next, laminar flow. What is laminar flow? During the flow, when the fluid particles move along a defined path, means streamline, it is not moving in zigzag motion. It is moving in well-defined path in streamline. Then it is laminar flow. And when the fluid particles are moving in zigzag motion or any random motion, they are intersecting each other, then it is turbulent flow. Okay. Now, this flow is classified on the basis of non-dimensional number, or you can say dimensionless number. That is nothing but Reynolds number. Reynolds number, okay? What is Reynolds number? It is the ratio of inertia force by viscous force. So, for laminar flow, its value should be less than 2000. Its value should be less than 2000. For turbulent flow, it should be greater than 4000. For turbulent flow, it should be greater than 4000. Okay. Now, coming to compressible flow. From the name itself, compressible means which can be compressed. If something is compressed means density will change. Density is not constant. Correct? Second case, incompressible. What is about incompressible? Which cannot be compressed means whose density will not change. Density will be constant. Clear? Now, generally the liquids are incompressible and gases are compressible generally. Now, this is a photograph showing the difference between laminar flow, transition flow and turbulent flow. In laminar flow, you will see carefully the lines are the lines are somewhat straight, somewhat straight. Okay, these lines are somewhat straight. In transition, initially it is straight, then it is slowly trying to intersect slowly. In turbulent, the nature is very much zigzag. You can see here. See here carefully, it is very much zigzag. Okay. So transition is what you can say, sir. You told about laminar and turbulent. What about transition? Now this is new term. So if the flow is changing from laminar to turbulent, in between it will come to the transition zone. Okay, between 2000 to 4000 Reynolds number, it is transition zone, means it is changing from laminar to turbulent or turbulent to laminar. Clear? Next, rotational flow. Just now I told you rotational flow, irrotational flow. Irrotational flow means omega z, omega x, omega y was 0 in irrotational flow. Rotational flow, there will be some value. Now, what do you mean by this? Suppose a fluid particle is flowing, okay? So, the particle will rotate about its own axis. Fluid is rotating with this, the particle is rotating, but it is also rotating with about its own axis. For take the example of our solar system. Sun is at the center, all the planets are rotating about it, okay? But when we take example of Earth, it is rotating about Sun as well as it is rotating about its own axis, right? When it is rotating about Sun, it is taking 365 days. But when it is rotating about its own axis, it is taking 24 hours. Clear? So likewise, the fluid particles are rotating about their own axis also. So this is a rotational flow. When they will not rotate about the axis, then it is irrotational flow. Clear? Now one dimensional flow, two dimensional flow, three dimensional flow. In one dimensional, u velocity component will be there, v and w will be 0. In two dimensional, u and v will be there. In three dimensional, all the three coordinates will be there. Correct? So these were the different types of classifications of fluid flow. I hope I am clear. So it is over for today. Bye everyone. We will meet in our next session. Till then, goodbye.